So before we begin, I do want to do a quick review. The subject of a sentence is going to be who or what the sentence is about. The simple subject is going to be the noun that the sentence, or nouns that the sentence is about. Now a predicate is going to be the second half of the sentence, so what the subject did. The simple predicate is going to be the verb that the subject did, so the verb or verbs. Okay. Now we are going to talk about 4 different types of sentences today, and the first one that we're going to talk about is sentences with a compound subject. If a sentence has a compound subject, that means that it has 2 or more simple subjects joined by a connecting word. And when they say connecting word, they actually mean a conjunction, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So you'll have 2 subjects and 1 verb. So 2 things that did 1 verb. Now for compound predicate, that means that you have 2 or more simple predicates joined by a connecting word. So that is going to be 1 subject that did multiple things. Now a simple sentence is a sentence that just has 1 subject and 1 predicate, and it's going to express a complete thought. But a compound sentence is when you take 2 simple sentences and you join them together using a comma and a conjunction. Okay, and I'm going to give you some examples. You can use the markup tool if you'd like, or you can type into the boxes. It is a fillable form. So the first one I'm going to give you is a simple sentence, which means it's going to have 1 subject and 1 predicate. And the sentence I'm going to give you is the girl ran at the park. And first we have to decide what the subject is. So who or what is the sentence about? And I know that the sentence is about the girl. So girl is the subject. And then I have to ask, what did the girl do? And the answer to that is the girl ran. So ran would be the predicate. And just like our example for simple sentence, it has 1 subject and 1 predicate. Okay, so that's a simple sentence. Now coming down here, we have sentence with a compound subject. And remember, that's going to be 2 or more simple subjects, and they're going to be joined using a connecting word. And they have a couple of the conjunctions, but I'm going to give you all of them in a little bit. So we have and or but as conjunctions we can use. So I will give you one, and it's going to be, I'm actually going to use the markup tool. Oh, oops. Okay. So the boy no. Okay, so the boy and girl ran at the park. Okay, so this is a compound subject. So we have 2 subjects. So I have to ask, who or what is my sentence about? And the answer is boy and girl. And notice and is the word that I use, the conjunction from over here to connect them. Now what did the boy and girl do? So that's going to be my predicate. My simple predicate is the verb, and they ran. All right, so that is the sentence with a compound subject. Now, for a sentence with a compound predicate, that's going to be 1 subject that does multiple verbs. So my example is the girl ran and played at the park. Okay. So, who or what is my subject? And the answer to that is going to be girl. And then what did the girl do? And it has a compound predicate, so she did more than one thing. The verbs are that she ran and she played. So those are my simple predicates. And then when we get to compound sentences, this is where I want to talk about conjunctions. So over to the side, please use your markup tool and write fanboys. Because fanboys are going to stand for all of the conjunctions. So each letter of fanboy stands for a different conjunction. So the F stands for the A stands for and, the N stands for nor, the B stands for but, the O stands for or, the Y stands for yet, and the S stands for so. So fanboys are all of your conjunctions. So those are those connecting words that they're talking about. So when we combine two simple sentences, we have to use a comma with a fanboy or a conjunction after it. So for example, my first simple sentence is going to be the girl ran at the park. Okay. Now, where my period would go, that is where I am going to add my comma. So instead of a period, I would add a comma. And my second sentence is going to be that she did not have time to play. So if it is something that's going to be contradicting like that, so the girl ran at the park, comma, I'm going to use but. But she did not have time to play. Okay. That's a rough period, sorry. All right, now, so I'm going to go ahead and look at these two simple sentences. So my first sentence, I have to ask who or what is the sentence about? So what's my subject? And my first sentence, the girl ran to the park. My sentence is about the girl. And what did the girl do? She ran. Okay, so that's a simple sentence. And then I have my comma and my conjunction, but. And then I need to make sure that in my second sentence, I also have a subject and a predicate. So my second sentence is, she did not have time to play. So my subject is she, and then my verb is actually have, because that's what she did. Okay? So when you are doing compound sentences, make sure that you have a subject in the second part of that sentence, because a lot of people like to say something like, the girl ran at the park, comma, but did not have time to play. And if you do that, it's actually not a compound sentence because it's not two simple sentences. So make sure that both of your sentences have a subject and a predicate, and you are combining them with a comma and one of these fanboys.